Welcome to another episode on the Law Rapport. This is the 60th episode. Today I'm going to deal with an article that I came across on magnetic media where Mr. Wilkie Arthur appealed against a decision made by the Director of Road Safety and Transportation where the director refused to renew Mr. Arthur's driver's license unless he pays back fees spanning some 11 years. I'll be back to discuss this article shortly, but before I do, my usual disclaimer: nothing that I say in this episode is legal advice and should be construed as such. For legal advice, please contact an attorney of your choice. Welcome back. For some background, Mr. Arthur has recently been released from prison after serving approximately 11 or so years. He applied to have his driver's license renewed, and according to reports, this application was denied on the premise that Mr. Arthur must first pay back fees for the time that he was incarcerated. Let me say that Mr. Arthur is one of the most talented person that I came across, and had the dice been rolled differently, he could easily have been a king's counselor practicing law in this jurisdiction instead of being an ex-inmate. On the other hand, for a few years, the director and the road safety department has acted as if they are a law unto themselves. And it is heartening that someone has the guts to challenge a decision made by the director. So, without further ado, let me read you excerpts from the article. It is dated the 17th of July, 2023, and it states, Wilkie Arthur was on the 4th of July 2023 in court, not as a court reporter, but in a civil proceeding as plaintiff or appellant, as he filed against the Honorable Attorney General and the Director of the Department of Motor Vehicles. His issue or claim in civil proceedings was that since being released from the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, or the prison after serving an 11-year term, he attempted to take lawful steps in renewing his driver's license. That effort has been fraught with challenges. Arthur filed at court. In his submission, Arthur said that he was told he had to pay annual license fee for the past 11 years. Arthur explained he requested to see the director, who said the fee has to be paid based on TCI law. While all who face the law has been compliant and paid the years and years of fees, Arthur informs that he reminded the director that he was in prison and under no circumstances he should be compelled to pay for back fees when he have not driven on the streets of the Turks and Caicos Islands for years. His driver's license expired while he was in prison, and obviously renewal was out of the question whilst incarcerated. After the back and forward between the director of the Department of Motor Vehicles, Wilkie Arthur, researched the law and sought further legal assistance and found where any person who is aggrieved or dissatisfied with the decision of the director may appeal to the magistrate court. And the 4th of July, Mr. Arthur did exactly that and filed his appeal in the magistrate court. Tamika Sims Williams is representing the Attorney General and the Director of Road Safety and Transportation. The Honorable Magistrate, Mrs. Ulrika Silva Gardner, asked Counsel for the Attorney General to please let her see the laws in this matter. This was after Mr. Arthur outlined his case and stated there is no provision in the law for the director to charge him back fees as he has been incarcerated. Arthur was adamant that the TCI laws does not provide for that at all. The law is clear and driver's license being renewed and backdated to the date of its expiration, but it never says that the fees must be backdated to be paid accordingly. The learned magistrate asked Ms. Sims Williams if she can show her where the law says the director can charge back fees, or if it's just a matter of policy. Counsel for the AG could not show what was requested. The magistrate Silva has therefore set the matter down for hearing, requesting that she would like to hear evidence on the matter and that the director, Mr. Wilbur Cayley, has to testify. The matter is adjourned to the 8th of August for trial. Now, let me say quite categorically that I have perused the Motor Vehicles Driving License Ordinance and Regulations, and I too see no provision in the ordinance that empowers the director to charge back fees. In fact, fees, as I understand it, and according to the Road Traffic Ordinance, is a matter for the governor. And if there is no provision made in law that empowers the director to charge back fees, then he is acting contrary to law. Secondly, fees cannot be a matter of policy. It has to be a matter of law. And if it was a matter of policy, that policy had to be made public, published, and easily accessible. And clearly, it has not. The director of road safety needs a reality check. And Mr. Wilkie Arthur has done just that by utilizing Section 18 of the Driving License Ordinance, which empowers a person aggrieved by a decision of the Director of Road Safety and Transportation to appeal to the magistrate courts, and the decision of the magistrate courts is final. Now, in my respectful view, the director attention and energies could best be solved by rooting out the alleged corruption in his department. The general public has been complaining for some time about the following matters. One, they're asking for an update on allegations that decals go missing frequently from the road safety department. No one has been disciplined. No one has been disciplined as far as the public knows or brought to justice. The allegations that persons on work permit for 1 year are being charged the same fees as other long-term residents for a driver's license. So in other words, a person on work permit for 1 year is being charged the full fee, the same as a person who is granted a driver's license for 4 years. The general public has been complaining that when they go to have their vehicle license renewed, if their insurance have a few months before it expires, that the road safety department is refusing to renew the vehicle license. The general public would also like to know if there's any truth to the allegations that persons working in the department do not pay to renew driver's license or vehicle license. Those are the issues that the department and the director should address for public transparency, not to act as a bully and as a law unto himself. Mr. Arthur should be commended for his brave stance in appealing this matter to the magistrate courts. Here is where I will leave it for today. If you enjoy this episode, you are free to like, to share, and to comment. And I will see you in another episode. Most of all, thank you for taking the time out to watch this episode.